So if you don't follow that, you're not going to get anything from the school. You have seen many people who have been to school all their lives. And there are very few students who gain all from the school. Why? Because of the involvement of that child in the school. They involve themselves fully, and so they get the full. If they involve themselves very less, they get very less. Similarly, this is a science which is very rude, which is very arrogant, which is very straight on your face. This science talks about, if you can't sit down in Padmasana, you can never meditate. That rude is a science, because it wants certain positions in your body to be fixed before you get into the meditative pose. Because they believe or they know. Let's not talk about belief. Belief is to something which you completely disbelieve. That's where the word belief has come out of disbelief. Not belief came first. Disbelief came first. So when you're talking about that, once I am in Padmasana, that means my blood flow to the lower segment of the body is totally seized. My back is straight. And my arch, you have a S curvature in your body. Neck down, chest back up, and the lower back goes down. Now this curvature needs to be fixed to meditate. When I'm going to talk about meditation in some series, I'm going to explain you in detail why yogis want you to get into Padmasana, Siddhasana first, if you really want to be a yogi, or else for a normal man, Padmasana, nothing below it. So that rude is the science. And that witty is the science. See, I call it rude because my perspective to yoga is the way my master taught me. We were four of us, me, Niranjan, Vivek and Kankeshwari, in the mountains in the cave for 14 years of my life. We used to be beaten up. Why beaten up? Because my master asked us to sit in cross-leg for 8 hours. We got out at 6 hours. And then we used to get beaten up. And that time we used to be very angry. We used to be very, like, what am I going to get sitting like this? Like the West says, empty mind is devil's workshop. I'm so sorry, my friends. Empty mind is God's workshop. If you can empty the mind, you have achieved heaven. If you're full with the mind, you'll definitely go to hell. That is the perspective. That is the understanding behind. So I was at contentment. So Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. These are 5-fold of Yama. And second 5, that is Niyama, has got 5 aspects. That is Saucha, cleanliness, Santosh, contentment, Swa Adhyay, self-study. Who knows you better than you? Sometimes I've gone to temples, mosques, churches. There are people, when everyone has closed eyes, there's one guy who looks around and sees everything is fine. People are looking at me. It's also a trick of ego in doing that. That's not Swadhyay. Swa, self. Adhyay, study. Self-analysis. Every night, if you can do whatever was my day today, it has got to be better tomorrow. You have done Swadhyay according to me. If you can write in a pen and paper every single day 10 good things what you did and 10 bad things what you did, and go on decreasing back. Again, I will contradict myself. There's nothing wrong in the world. And there's nothing bad in the world. It's the guilt. And guilt is nothing but the conditioning of the mind for millions of years to certain belief. Bad is only one. Because of you, someone is hurt. That's the only bad in my world. So if you stop hurting people, you stop hurting other creatures, you've done Swadhyay. So there will be less guilt in you. And so you will get freer. And it is told by the yogis, if you just practice Yama and Niyamas, you become Mahayogi. That means that following of these 10 is good enough for you to understand that yes, my yoga is achieved But Toto, there's something called 100% following. Yes, you can begin with 100, 10, 90 lies, 10 good, 90 not needed, 10 needed. Slowly, slowly increase that. And slowly, slowly, these 10 folds, these 10 aspects of Yama and Niyama will take over your life, and life will start transforming. Swadhyay. Sauch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhan. Ishwar Pranidhan means surrender to God. There are a lot of disbelievers of God. You are also welcome to yoga. You can surrender to yourself completely. And if you can surrender to yourself completely, believe me, you've surrendered to God. And if you don't want to use the word God, then at least surrender to something which you love most. Surrender to something which you believe in most. Even if you don't believe in God, you still believe. Man needs a belief to live on this earth. If there is no belief, you can't exist. Millions of housewives, millions of men suffer from a disease called belief. If you disbelieve in something, you cannot live with. So belief is a key to your own happiness. Belief is not the key for others' happiness. If you believe in somebody, only you will be happy. The person who disbelieves will always remain unhappy. The key of your happiness to life is to believe in everything you do, right or wrong. But put that 100%. If you believe someone, believe it. You're conned, no problem. Big deal. That guy goes out of my life. 100 times, 200 times, get cheated. But don't cheat.